What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Fudge Muppet. My name is Michael.
And I'm Scott, and this is our builds for Fallout 4, our first builds.
So this is done by popular demand. We've had a lot of you guys asking us, you guys are the build guys for Skyrim at the moment. What about Fallout 4? And what will you guys be playing as your personal characters in your first playthrough? So we decided to do this fun video.
So as we want to be making many builds for Fallout 4, me and Michael decided to go really polarized with our stats. Michael's gonna go into a certain strength, endurance, melee stuff, and I'm gonna be doing all the intelligent charisma kind of stuff. So let's get into the details.
I'm playing as a male, he's playing as a female. I'm going to be more morally grey or bad, but not stupidly evil, and he's going to be taking more of the good choices. This way, we'll both learn way more about the diversity of the game as if we had to play those builds individually, and that means more builds for you guys faster. My build is going to have 9 strength, 10 endurance, and 5 intelligence. Everything else is going to be 1. If you know us or you've listened to us talk about builds before, you know we love our min-max characters. We like having really strong strengths and really weak weaknesses, so you sort of have vulnerabilities. It allows for more replayability as well. We don't really want some just, all-rounder, same old, you sort of get the best out of everything, but not really the whole way through. Now, for all of you people out there saying 10 endurance, but the bobbleheads. Now, whether or not bobbleheads give you an extra point to special, we don't know, but let's assume they do. I mean, here at Fudge Muppet, we have a pretty good track record, so I'm going to say they do. That's why I have 9 strength instead of 10 strength. But the reason I have 10 endurance, besides wanting to start as the hardiest motherfucker there is, and also the strongest one, although I only have 9, is because I'm going to start off and just get solar powered straight away. Now, I'm going to say block your ears for the next 15 seconds if you don't want to know what solar power does, but we know what solar power does, and that gives you 2+ to strength and 2+ to endurance. And also, the next rank, you'll regenerate health over time. This is between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Now, the fact that you need 10 endurance to get this perk, but it adds 2 to your endurance, means that there isn't really a cap on your special. It's sort of like a soft cap. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be redundant to endurance. No, it's going to be like having 12 endurance in terms of max health and things like that. I'm also going to assume then that I can go over 10 strength and have 11 for the time being, although I will get the bobblehead to make that 12 between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Now, I may be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that you will be able to go over in some sense simply because it adds 2 endurance when you already have 10 endurance. Another reason as well for these choices is also role-playing. I don't want to be like, I can just get the bobblehead. My guy, from start to end, is hardy. That's what I want to play as, so that's what I'm beginning as, even though I know technically I could pick 9 and then just get the bobblehead. I've chosen 5 intelligence simply because my character is not stupid. I want him to be smart in a sort of criminal savvy way, but of course, based on the backstory, there are role-playing choices to think about. For example, I'm going to have to roleplay a descent into a darker sort of character. You don't just start out straight off the bat evil, but I'm sure I'll find some sort of reason to turn to the dark side, so to speak. I'm also going to be leveling faster with 5 intelligence than I would with 1, and I will be restricted with some things such as lockpicking and luck.
Now for my build, Scott's build, I'm going to be doing 10 intelligence, 10 charisma, and 4 perception. So I'm going the full master of the mind kind of character. And the reasons, like Michael was saying, bobbleheads will probably factor in. I want to maximize the amount of experience that my character gains by having 10 intelligence. And as for 10 charisma, I do want to be the suavest motherfucker out, but I also want to be able to get access to the intimidation perk because for me, that's going to be a fundamental part of my playstyle, using intimidation, wasteland whisperer, and animal friend to pacify and incite enemies to attack and control. And you can look all that in the charisma leveling video that was out. And also because I only have 1 endurance, so I want to be sort of manipulating the battlefield and taking a lot of cover and sort of letting other people do work for me. I also really enjoy being that very suave character that can just get any sort of speech option, just gets their own way, resolves situations peacefully, because I am playing that sort of nicer, diplomatic sort of character. And as for the perception, what I'm going to be doing, under the assumption that the Bobblehead actually gives you an extra point to perception, I'm going to be putting 1 extra point in perception through just leveling up and getting it to 6 perception. And out of perception, I want to be able to get lockpick. And along with science having hacking, I won't be able to be locked out of anything. And I also want to be able to get the rifleman perk because I'm in history, I've been fond of the hunting rifle and the snipers and, the sort of semi-automatic weapons. They're my favorite. I like conserving ammo, so that's what I'm going to pick. And it will help me stay at a distance because I don't want to get right in the middle of the shit because I have low endurance. But the main reason I want to get to 6 perception is the Night Person perk, which at its final rank, I think gives plus 3 to intelligence and plus 3 to perception in the hours of 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., I think. Don't quote me on that. And the reason I want to do this is to see if I can really abuse the experience system by having 10 intelligence already, and then at the time of night, I could go to turn all the quests in and receive lots of XP with 13 intelligence because it's nighttime. So I want to see that and see if that works out well.
So yeah, as you can see, it's a real sort of test phase for us. We're going to have a really crazy, fun, powerful build, and then a build that's really smart and will have access to a lot of extra features in the game, allowing us both to experience the game together because we will be playing in the same room, and then understand so much content really fast and bring out the best builds to you guys, which of course there will be hundreds of, and of course they'll be very fudge muppety as usual.
So I hope you guys that were asking for our personal first playthrough builds we're happy because that's what we're doing, and I guess just prepare your assholes because we're going to be coming out with a whole lot of Fallout 4 stuff, and you yourself are going to be playing Fallout 4 in only a few days now, so get pumped!
Ciao.